What's up, guys? My name is Justin, and welcome to episode 46, because I'm not going to put my other hand up. Today is a sad day, and I'm probably going to get some flack for this, so I apologize ahead of time. The Warriors lost last night to the Raptors at Oracle. The last game at Oracle, I was upset about it being the last game at Oracle more so than the Warriors losing. All the things that happened, the KD injury, the Looney injury, Curry's been beat up, Iguodala's been beat up. Draymond was playing like crap for a lot of the year till the playoffs. He's been phenomenal in the playoffs, or was, I guess, phenomenal in the playoffs. Um, all the things that went on, I still believed in them in my heart, in my mind, though I knew it was going to be really hard. If they could have won game six, they always have a chance in game seven. It's just one of those things. And when KD went back down with his torn Achilles in game five, I was kind of like, okay, it's really going to be hard, but they're going back to Oracle for one last game, feed off the crowd, and it'll be great. And that's exactly what happened. And everything was going spectacular. They put together some runs. The ball movement was better than I've seen for a lot of the finals and probably a lot of the playoffs. Everything was working. Everybody was meshing. DeMarcus was playing pretty well. Andre Iguodala was playing spectacularly. And then about midway through the third quarter, they had an outlet pass on a breakaway on a missed shot from Danny Green or somebody, and Clay broke out and got hit by Dre or Steph, I don't remember who. And as he went up, and he had to dunk it because Danny Green was going to come in and block it if he went for the layup. As he went up to dunk it, he made a little contact with Danny Green on the way up, I think. And when he came down, he landed with his left foot first, not behind him, but like behind where he was going. So if he's traveling to his right, he landed on his left, and the rest of him kept going. And went down immediately. And as someone that's suffered some knee injuries before and seen a lot of injuries, I knew right away it wasn't good. Especially with Klay Thompson being the monster that he is, and he doesn't come out of the game. Game two or whatever he missed was the first playoff game that he's missed in his time on the Warriors, which is 8 years now. But they were in the playoffs for sure, like 6 or 7 of those years. And for him to not just bounce back up and be okay and have to get the trainers to come out and have a timeout call and all that stuff and looked at, I knew it wasn't just, a tweak or something. It was something bad enough that it actually genuinely hurt him, which is almost never. Because he wanted to play. I forget what the injury was. It's so irrelevant now that this happened. Whatever happened to him in game one or whatever, that he had to miss game two, that he was begging to play, and so they were like, no, we're not letting you play. He was begging to play, like, no, it was game three. It must have been because they won game two. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But anyways, I knew right away it was something in the knee when Ryan and I were looking at it, and Mom walked in, and it appeared right away to me that it had to be an MCL, ACL, PCL, something like that. So that was that, and he went back to the tunnel, which means you can't come back into the game if you don't shoot your free throws for the foul. You can't come back in the game if someone has to shoot them for you. And I don't know if they knew this on the Warriors bench or what went on, but dude came back out and was sitting there and shot his 2 free throws on basically one leg, and you could tell he was hurting, but he wasn't letting it. And made his 2 free throws and ran back down the court and stretched it out a little bit, and then DeMarcus Cousins fouled to get him out of the game so they could take him to the back. And last night, very late, Ryan and I were up, and it came out that he had indeed torn his ACL, which is just crushing. Not as crushing as an Achilles injury, obviously, but like the next closest thing. Like, luckily for him, he's not like a slasher necessarily. He's pretty much defending catch and shooter, and I really hope he can come back, and I really hope they take the proper time to make sure he's right, especially if they get to the point late in the season next season. It's pretty much a lost season. Don't rush him back, because the ability that he has on both sides of the ball is incredible, and obviously my favorite player. That's why I'm repping the jersey. Today's a sad day. I'm not going to say it's like a KD level injury, because your Achilles can like change the way you move, the way your feet work, and for a guy 7 feet tall like he is, like KD, that's going to be very, very difficult. We've seen it. We've seen DeMarcus Cousins come back from an Achilles and look good, but not like the dominant, guy you have to double every time inside like he had been. I know you people think I'm a bandwagon fan, but I was a Klay Thompson fan at Washington State back in 2011. He was drafted by the Warriors. They sucked for a couple years and so on. Get this going now. It's hard. I can live with them losing. Durant injury, like I said. I mean, he joined the team that I already loved, so that was like a bonus of, yay, we got Kevin Durant. Now we're going to be really, really, really good. um, so that was that. But losing Klay Thompson, man, that's like if you're watching a Little League baseball game and like your little brother gets injured. Like, that doesn't make sense. That was a terrible analogy, but I mean, like, it's not like someone got injured that you just kind of know or whatever. I mean, that's my favorite player on the whole damn basketball earth. Like, that's who I want to be modeling my game after. I'm not going to. I'm more of like a poor man's Kyle Korver, who's already a poor man of like some other people, but those of you that know basketball. Kyle Korver is more like who I am on an actual daily basis, but um, it's just hard. I'm like in denial. Like it didn't happen. Like it can't be because this guy's so damn tough in everything that he does. That I'm just like can't be. So it's gonna be a long road to recovery. I'm upset the Warriors lost, but congrats to the Raptors. Obviously they earned it. And played extremely well. Kawhi's a freaking machine, like a monster. Um, but yeah, it's been a tough last 12, 15 hours, honestly. I knew it wasn't good, but like supposedly Clay told Steve Kerr, the head coach, if you're not familiar with the Warriors, give me a 2 minute rest and I'll be good. Like, dude, you just tore your ACL, and I remember when Jordy Nelson tore his ACL because he did it on the Packers like 3 or 4 years ago. Doesn't matter. Um, he ran off the field, right? And so the thing is, like, your ACL is extremely important to your mobility and your knee working, obviously, and everything. That's why it's such a devastating injury. However, if like all the other leg muscles are around it very, very strong, like they would be in a world class athlete, the immediate, adrenaline going through you and basically your ACL just being beneficial to your movement, obviously, and having a complete leg versus just being muscle and stuff. That Jordy Nelson ran off the field after he tore his ACL, right? And so they were like, well, it can't be that bad. He just tore his ACL. Like, it's bad. You just don't. It doesn't feel like that right away. And so I'm sure Clay wanted to come in the game. And I'm sure he probably could have willed himself to, but that would have been just devastating for his knee, obviously, and not beneficial to his health. He wouldn't have been playing at 100% and so on. And so, obviously, he left the game in the fourth quarter at some point on crutches, so he wasn't, like, okay, obviously. But, yeah. So that was that. That's 8 minutes of me being upset today and the whole world melting down. What else has gone on? Not really that much. Oh, Violet, by the way. Violet and her boyfriend broke up yesterday, a friend of mine, Cameron's sister. So I'm thinking of you. Hope things are going well. Try to cheer you up. What else went on this week? Not a whole lot went on this week. I did a lot of stuff. I was going to watch Scooter. I never got a chance to because it's rained, like, literally basically all week. Like, 5 days out of the last 7 days. It just poured rain. And so I'm like, well, there's no point in washing my car if it's just going to rain for the rest of forever. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know. So that's been that. Got to do all sorts of stuff. Got to see Cheyenne on Wednesday. That was a fantastic day, so thank you to Cheyenne for spending the day with me. I know you take time on your busy day. She took a nap halfway through the day and just kind of like was out. Poor girl works so hard, does so many things, but I'm so proud of her for everything she does, working hard. So we got to have all sorts of adventures. We drove all over the place. Went to go pick up some hot chocolate. Went to the mall. Went to go see her boyfriend at O'Reilly, and they had an argument about her car. We did all sorts of stuff. It was fun. It was a great day, and I really needed it, and it really changed my mood for the whole week, especially with the Warriors thing going on and everything else going on. Lexi's back, too. Lexi came back from Ireland Monday, early this week, like 5 days ago. So she's back. I'm excited. I'd probably get to see her next couple weeks, hopefully, for sure. And then if not that, on her birthday, I'm going to see her, whether it's in Green Bay or Dodgeville / Dodge City. I don't care if it's in Milwaukee. I don't care if it's in Texas. Miss you. I'm going to see you, Lexi. So that's what's up. Grandparents are coming next Saturday. Yeah. There are some grad parties today, some grad parties tomorrow, some grad parties next Saturday. People I know, don't know, kind of know. So I'm just gonna. I can't decide if I want to like go to all of them and like have minimal support and like minimal recognition of like congratulations, or just not going to any of them and like pretend like I don't care or something. Like, it's. I don't want to go to someone's that I kind of know or that knows my family or something and like be all like, yay, congrats, I haven't seen you in 2 years and don't really know anything about you. But at the same time, like not going at all if my family was invited is kind of like those people that like I know they invited my brother or I know they invited my parents, but like they were like family, right? Like the Krasneski family can come. And I'm like, well, like that includes me obviously, but like I don't know your son or daughter or whoever, right? So I'm like, do I go to these things? Like, do I show up or do I Do I not? Like, do I go and just eat some food and like talk to some other people or my own family? I don't know what to do. So we'll figure that out. I know I said last week I was gonna have the basketball episode for this week. Like I just said, it's been pouring rain all week, and Ryan's been busy, and Mom's been busy, and everything's kind of been a mess. It's kind of been haywire. So yeah, that hasn't happened yet. So if it ever stops raining, if I don't drown to death in the flood, if I don't like go out to my car one of these days and just get washed away, I will I will have that at some point. Maybe tomorrow, because I think it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. Fingers crossed, theoretically. Um, yeah, so that's been very pleasant all week. So it's been kind of a rough like last day and a half, I guess. I mean, yesterday I was psyched about the game, got a lot of stuff done. I even got a lot of stuff done this morning on the iRacing side. I had to build a bunch of setups. I talked to a bunch of people, cleaned a bunch of stuff, dishes, all sorts of stuff I did this morning and yesterday even. But like last night from like 9 p.m. to like 2 a.m., I was just sitting there and I was in a mess, like a heap. Because first of all, they lost. They were already down Durant. It was just a sad game because they were playing so well before Clay went out. But I mean, that's the importance of Clay Thompson on both ends of the floor. And so after I heard late last night, like really late last night, that they did the MRI immediately and he tore his ACL, I was just like, well, this is stupid. Like, this is the dumbest thing ever. So I'm torn between letting Draymond and Steph like ball out and let Steph win the MVP next year because he's gonna have to do everything for the team, or give them like basically an off year, play on a minutes restriction, just keep them really rested, tank a little bit, not like to like the one pick. It's going to be impossible to tank to the one pick unless you don't play Steph at all, like only play young guys. I don't know what to do because obviously there's so much on the line for Steph's career legacy and Dre's obviously, and whether or not they're going to bring back KD and Clay, and if they'll even make the playoffs. And if they do, those two guys will be back for the playoffs, and all the things that are going on. So it's just kind of been a whirlwind of a week, but like I don't remember any of it. Like I've just been in a daze for like 12 hours about what the hell happened like all week, and I wasn't gonna record one of these, but I can't record my Justin's chat outside today or anything, obviously with the rain. So I don't know. I'm just kind of whoop right now, so we'll have to deal with that when we get to it. I'll try to get the basketball video up. I promise I will get it at some point because Ryan loves playing basketball, and he's just gonna have to suck it up. And I'm going to win this one. If you remember, go watch back from late August last year. He beat me because I was just terrible. I mean, that might be the worst basketball game I've ever played in my entire life. Of course, I say that here. But, we're gonna go with it. We're going to punt and deal with it and deal with the Warriors and deal with everything else. But I saw immediately that now someone was like, well, we're in the middle of baseball season. Now we get ready for football season. Well, I don't really care about baseball unless it's the playoffs or certainly the World Series. I watch all the World Series games, but I watch a lot of the playoff games. And I don't really care about football at all, except for the Super Bowl. Like, I don't even care about the playoffs in football. I don't have a favorite team anymore because Matt Hasselbeck was my guy in football. So, it is what it is, I guess. So, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I really don't have anything to talk about. I'm kind of shocked, honestly. Like, I'm in this phase where I'm waiting for them to tweet that it was all a joke. And, like, we have a Game 7 on Sunday, which I know isn't going to happen. I can live with that. But like I'm waiting for someone to tell me that Klay Thompson's like just fine because like the dude doesn't get hurt. Like it's not real. So yeah, that's showing the support today. Number 11, my man, you got this. Come back stronger, better. Yeah, work was good this week. I got my office back yesterday. I wasn't feeling very good, but that's okay. Okay, I've been blabbing about nothing for like at least 3 minutes now, and I should have ended this thing. So we'll deal with it. This has been Justin's Chat, episode 46. Like I said, we might have another one like tomorrow. If I play this basketball game and get it up and it's good to go and everything, it might be up tomorrow afternoon. It might be up next week. It might not be up forever if it rains forever. But I'll figure it out. So thank you for watching, everybody. Of course, as always, thank you for all the support, love, recommendations, questions, etc., etc. Till next week, this has been episode number 46. My name has been Justin. Well, it's still Justin. See, my brain, man, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna go get some help. Bye.